Hi guys! Back again with another video because I had all this stuff on my mind. I just want to relay it as quickly as I can. You guys deserve that at least because I haven't been doing anything for the past 4 months. I'm going to be talking about the recent, I won't call it a trend. It seems like a trend though, like all this happening at once, but I will just say trend loosely. The trend of idols taking hiatuses for anxiety or panic disorders. It started, I believe, with Crayon Pop's Soyul. So on October 3rd, it was announced by Crayon Pop's agency that Soyul would be taking a break for her anxiety disorder, saying that during preparations for this album, her symptoms worsened after they started making comebacks and performing broadcast appearances, just feeling a lot of pressure and stress in general to the point where she couldn't perform due to increased anxiety. About a week later, the next one to take a hiatus for health reasons was WINNER's Taehyun, in which it was stated that he was having mental health issues and that he has had them since his trainee days, but his condition became a lot worse in the past few months. It's been said that he's staying at home with his parents, and apparently they are going to cease promotions. And apparently, according to YG, oh, we were going to release a new song for WINNER, but Taehyun's sick, so we're not going to do that right now. They said they were going to release a summer song for 21. They said that Made was coming, the Big Bang album. Finally, just a couple of days ago, it was revealed by TS Entertainment that Yongguk of B.A.P would not be joining the group's comeback because of his own health issues, saying that he was also diagnosed with a panic disorder. The nice, really sweet thing about this, and this is why I've always loved B.A.P and why I've always been one of those people who, along with their fans, have been like, B.A.P, don't sign back with TS Entertainment, find your own agency, you can do it, is because the members, they just stick together. They're one of the most tight-knit groups I've ever seen. Throughout their, their controversy with their company to this, nearly all the members have tweeted out to the fans in support of Yongguk, saying they hope he gets better and they'll try to promote just as hard without him, but it's going to be difficult because he's such an irreplaceable person and leader. It's just so sweet. But back to the point at hand. Why all of a sudden are all of these mental anxiety and panic disorders coming up? And honestly, I have no idea. As far as B.A.P and Crayon Pops, I would think that it has to do with just they've been around for a little while, and it's just gotten to the point where it's compounded stress and compounded, pressure and everything. It breaks you down. You have to hold it in as an idol because people don't want to see sad, depressed idols, and that's just a fact. They want to see happy, cheery, and sometimes quirky idols. They don't want to see you upset, so you have to hold that in yourself. And this is years now we're talking about for B.A.P and Crayon Pop. And in a country like Korea, where Park Bom can get blasted for bringing outside drugs to help her own mental disorders, because Korea, it's not a very forgiving place. Mental disorders are very much not unknown, but not as greatly understood. Like, we make PSAs in America all the time for, teenage depression, online bullying, stuff like that. And I don't think there's as much of a seriousness to it in Korea. I don't think people take mental disorders seriously. It's still seen as something that people should just get over. And that fact of the country in and of itself is enough to start setting off its own little sort of knot of stress and panic within you. I myself don't have any sort of mental health anxiety or panic disorder, so I can only sympathize. But I'm sure people who do have some sort of panic or anxiety disorder can totally understand. Like, if you yourself have some sort of disorder and you want to be a singer, you want to give it your all, but you're faced with the bright lights and the constant performing and not being able to sleep very much and having to be cheery when you just feel like crap, all on top of people criticizing you every 2 seconds, from journalists to netizens, it will get to you. It's not an easy job like all these people think it is. Oh, all they have to do is stand on a stage and smile. People still think that's what idols do. Like, that's it. I would love to stick some of these netizens up on a stage, have them go through maybe a couple days worth of what idols go through during their promotional cycles, just to see what they say afterwards. There is no way that I think they would keep saying the same stuff that they're saying about idol jobs being easy if they were put in that position. As far as Taehyun, it's a little bit different. They said straight up mental health. The problem with Taehyun is recently it came about, it's still apparently a rumor, YG didn't address it because they don't usually address dating rumors anyway, that Taehyun and an actress, 13 years his senior, had been seeing each other for a year. So people are crying foul, saying that he's only taking a break so he could be with his girlfriend, even though it's still not really necessarily confirmed. I guess the actress's agency outright denied it. So his situation's a little tougher, plus it said that he's been suffering with this since his trainee days, so people are saying, well then why did you want to become an idol? Nobody can go in life without being critical of somebody else. That's the power of netizens. But for all three of these situations, it all just comes down to the society of Korea and how Koreans treat mental disorders. As in, they don't, really. It just seems like a place where if you do, you're told to get over it. Or if you have like a panic attack, it's a one-time thing. And it's really not. There's a reason why Korea has one of the highest suicide rates in the world. It's because of how they deal with people who are going through stress, depression, and anxiety. And that is a fact. Another thing that I also read, and I don't have the article pulled up because I'm a terrible person, but a member of the group Oh My Girl was diagnosed with anorexia. Previously, I'd also read about Ladies Code's Sojung being diagnosed with that a couple years back before their car accident. And it's a huge problem in idol life, this societal pressure to be your perfect self, to have fat where needed and not where it's not needed, and to be on strict diets but not really have the stamina to maintain, or it's a lot of pressure. They're expected to be singers, dancers, models, role models in one person. It's insane. And I'm glad that Oh My Girl's agency was like, okay, we're gonna have her get some treatment and put her on, rest, and we want her to get better. That's good. But it still should not have gotten to that point. Anorexia is not just something that is developed from a company saying, okay, you're gonna go on a diet. It is mental. And that coincides with mental health. You're mentally looking at yourself in the mirror, and maybe you have like the netizen comments in your head of, oh, you're chunky here, oh, you're kind of fat here, and you just get in your head. It's awful. I struggle from, seeing myself in the mirror and picking apart literally every single part of my body that I don't like. Not to the point of an eating disorder, but it's just society, man. It sucks sometimes. Seeing all this stuff around and wondering how you can fix yourself instead of embracing what you have. It's a struggle. And to the point where it can develop into some sort of disorder, that speaks a lot about, I guess, specifically idol culture, but also about Korean society. There just needs to be better attention paid to people who say, I'm not feeling right, like, I don't feel like myself, I need help, instead of just saying to get over it or to ignore it because the public won't like it, or to just go on with your schedule. It needs to stop. Or at least, like, take these three people, Taehyun, Soyul, and Yongguk, as examples. There's, like, it seems like a trend, but maybe it was Soyul just opened the floodgates and Taehyun and Yongguk were suddenly like, oh my gosh, maybe I can come out about this too. Maybe I can get some support about this. Maybe this is what we needed for people to understand. And like I said, for the most part, people have been understanding, but they still blast idols for supposedly living this cushy life, and why should they have anxiety, where people just don't get it. Or they go, oh yeah, well, I'm depressed too, and I work a real job, and I have real family problems, and I don't make as much money, or whatever. Like, the money is not the problem. It's not. Everybody goes through stress, and nobody's anxiety or panic disorder should be treated as something more severe than somebody else's. If you have a panic disorder, go find help and let people know. Don't you ever keep that inside of you, because you'll never be happy that way. But for netizens to suggest that idols shouldn't have to whine about it so much because they're making money and they have fans and accolades and everything, and for them to suggest that their own panic and depression is worse because they're living a normal life, is the most ridiculous thing I've heard of this month. Like I said, nobody's panic or mental stress disorder or what have you should be treated as something greater than somebody else's. Anybody who feels like they're just not right, they're not feeling right, should get help. And there shouldn't be this stigma that you should just get over it because of maybe your career or, your age or your affluence or anything. It's all mental. It's the chemical goings on in your head. Maybe there's an imbalance. Maybe there's just something not right. And that's okay. Nobody should ever be made to feel ashamed that they have something that maybe just isn't right like some other people. And for anybody to suggest that they feel bad about it is part of the problem. So, what do you think about Soyul, Taehyun, and Yongguk, and I'm sure many others? I know it doesn't happen over, in a day, but do you think that Korea should pay more attention to the whole country, if they're suffering? Like I said, there's a reason that suicide rates in Korea are so high. People just don't really know how to deal with certain issues like this. And that doesn't necessarily mean that it's impossible for them to change. There is tons of time to change. Do you think that maybe these K-pop idols can be examples of a society that needs to sort of improve themselves, start small, and branch out? I say all of this not knowing a whole lot about Korean culture, so I'm sorry if I have any facts wrong. You can totally correct me in the comments below and give your thoughts as well. This is just what I've experienced from reading articles and general know-how of K-pop for I don't even know how many years. And finally, to Taehyun, Soyul, and Yongguk, I hope you guys all get the proper rest and treatment you need, if any. Hope you come back stronger than you were before, and I hope that they talk about it openly. Whether it's on a picture on Instagram or if they go on a music program, not a music program, or a variety program, and speak openly about it there. I hope something comes of it, because it would really be a shame to get all this critique for something that you can't help. So thank you guys for watching, and I think the next video I post, unless something really dramatic happens, is gonna be from my new apartment. So that would be really interesting and fun. Bye guys. Hey guys, I was editing this video and I totally forgot to do a plug for my Facebook page. Whoopsie, because I totally don't forget that usually. Anyway, I am doing, or I've been doing, because it's almost over, a Song a Day Halloween playlist, and it involves K-pop, J-pop, and J-rock songs. It's been pretty exciting. It's just my way of spreading music and showing people that, Japanese and Korean music isn't all sunshine and rainbows and cute boys and cute girls. So if you are interested in checking out my picks, go to the link in the description below. It's the Asia Music News Facebook page. I would really appreciate it. If you like the page, give it a like. Also appreciate that. I'm almost at 60 likes. Yay! So just wanted to share that. Thank you guys again for watching the video and possibly checking out my Facebook page. Please. Bye.